Sorry.
Listen, I have a body camera. Obviously, everything I have is recorded. You know.
Yeah,
just I'm gonna pat you down again, all right?
You're taking in some fentanyl, Matt, and that's you know, we've got to make sure you may not feel it right now, but God forbid something happens to you.
Yeah, no, I've never done that before.
Feel terrible about that, you know?
Just step on in here. I'll bucket you up.
Shit on the seat. No drugs on the seat.
Yeah, I wasn't joking. I have an appointment on the 17th.
All right.
I'll crack a window for you in a second.
Thank you.
Why was that crackhead passed out in a car with business attire on? Because that crackhead is a Rhode Island Republican city councilman. And he was found there, as you saw right there, by police officers with him passed out on some form of substance. They also found a bunch of stuff in his car, which connected to the same thing as well. He started explaining all the stresses that he's going through and the reasons why he then was smoking that cocaine fentanyl combo, which sounds very dangerous. Here's more.
Well, a rescue's gonna come check you out, man. I can't let you go. You were literally choking in your sleep. Somebody flagged me down about it.
Oh, I have sleep apnea. I'm sorry.
Well, and then you have a crack pipe in your hand, so it's like.
Please, sorry.
Listen, I have a body camera. Obviously, everything I have is recorded. You know that, and what I've observed is on camera, so I can't pretend I didn't.
There will be no arrest.
What?
There will be no arrest.
No. Are there any drugs in the car or anything like that?
No, nothing.
All right. How long have you had this problem, man?
It was a relapse. I've been clean for 13 years.
All right.
Just went through a really, really bad divorce recently.
Okay. Do you know if any of that was laced with fentanyl or anything? Because you were out, and like looked like you were choking.
Really?
Yeah. That's why somebody literally sprinted and flagged me down because they thought you were having a heart attack or choking.
I guess that explains why there's such this kind interaction with this addict. That's what he is. He's an addict. He said he relapsed, and he's probably got some issues that lead him to that point. Weird. It's like a human approach to someone who's addicted to very hard drugs that can kill them and then put them in positions where they can kill other people, like behind the wheel, passed out, drooling and choking on his own spit. Let's keep it real. One more though, because this is what his issue was. It wasn't about his addiction. They talked about that a little bit, but it was about people finding out. Because he's a man of importance. Last one here.
Political career.
Reilly then expresses his concern about the media finding out about his arrest.
We don't report nothing to the media unless someone tells them. So, and then our arrest record's our public record. I'm not gonna lie to you.
What we can do for the kids. That's all I'm asking.
There's not much we can do on this. If I was in your situation, I'd be in handcuffs.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not saying don't arrest me.
Yeah.
In terms of media for the kids, as much as
listen. We are only required to release what we release, and we won't. We have to release an arrest record by law. All right, jump in before you. We just want.
Any addict out there, any friends, family of addicts out there, and any police interactions that they've ever had, do you think that they'd say, hey, can we make sure this doesn't get out? And then the officer pleads and talks with them like, I'm sorry, sir, all I can do is I have to arrest you because, if I was in your position, I would be arrested. And considering you're a higher level position in this country where apparently justice and the law is equally distributed, I would be in a different position than you. So I'm sorry, sir, but you're breaking the law, smoking crack, fentanyl, and cocaine all together. I don't know. Here's our guy. I forgot his name already, but here he is after he's been arrested. There's his mugshot. His name is Matthew Reilly, by the way. I never even said his name. Matthew Reilly there. And also, after all this, his worst nightmare came true because Graphic 3 shows that he had to resign as chairman of the Cranston Republican Party. The mayor pointed that out. All of this comes to a head. So Francesca, this is the question that I had, at least in my mind. So will they start to understand that, since they had compassion for him, took him in very calmly and safely, maybe he's gonna get some help, that there's other folks that maybe they're a little dirtier on the streets. Maybe their clothes aren't tucked in with a tie, and maybe they're not behind a decent car. Are you gonna treat them the same?
I mean, it's wild. I mean, this should really be a case study. Like, this is proof that police officers know how to deal with civilians with compassion and with calm, right? The tranquility, the calm that they show to him, the like concern they have for him. It doesn't even, like, the fact that it was crack or fentanyl, it's like he's more concerned about the fentanyl because he didn't want him to die. Right? He's like, the officer doesn't even sort of flinch at the idea that crack is illegal, right? You're like, man, it's so clear that it's racism and classism. Like, it is so clear that it's just who you are, and that, and it makes every kind of sense when, friends of mine, people of color who are like, look, I dress up when I go to places. Like, I try to wear a tie, or I try to look like, whatever, like I'm going to like church or something, because you get treated differently when you get stopped by the police or when you're out and about. Because look at this, it's just insane to me. I mean, it truly is, and it's like, no, we need mental health care workers, because I do not trust the cops anymore on addiction issues, on unhoused issues, on any issues, on mental health crises. But do they have it in them? Do they have it in them without the training, without all the money that they need for it to actually treat people decently? Yes, right there, you saw it.
Yep. Where's the training? We talk about training. The training from society and from just their interactions with folks is, you're okay if you go and fight and beat up a broke addict, but if someone who's in a position of power with money and position, can't do that to them, because then their jobs are threatened. That's the time then police officers are like, wait a second, this might actually hurt me in my job. They can't have that. So he understands it, and it was all exhibited out there. By the way, I noticed something else. There was fentanyl involved, right? I didn't see any cops passing out from taking a whiff. I'm just saying.
Right.
Did you notice anybody passing out?
They're about to. They're about to.
They're getting there.
They're getting ready. They're like, should we do a viral moment? No, I'm tired.
If it's real, I apologize. I just haven't found the proof yet.